Hello everyone, and welcome to the top 10 worst films of 2009. I'm looking to get the bad ones out of the way so then I can move on to the good ones of 2009. Alright, let's get this underway at number 10. I know what you're thinking. Why would I hate a film about the planet Earth? Well, the reason I didn't like it is because this movie itself was almost like watching something on the Discovery Channel. But instead, I went and I had to pay money to see this thing. You could have watched something on the Discovery Channel and it would have been more interesting than watching this film. To me, it was a big waste of time and a big disappointment. Number 9. Yes, CORALINE. This movie, it's really good stop motion animation, probably some of the best in a film, but to me, the story was lacking, it wasn't very entertaining, and it was overall it was okay. But still, to me it was kind of bad. What you saw from the trailer wasn't what you got from the movie, is what I'm trying to say. And that to me is very disappointing, and why it's number 9 on my list. Number 8. How is this not a bad movie? To me, they could have just made this more funny and made it more adult, but instead they were looking for a family film, and to me it just wasn't funny. It was dumb, it was stupid, and I just didn't get into it at all. Kevin James is a great comedian, but he's starting to get on my nerves now as playing the same guy from Doug of King of Queens. Do something different! And that's why it's number 8. Number 7. I've been digging in the crates ever since I was living in space, before the rat race, before monkeys. I know someone's gonna hate me for saying this, but this movie was horrible. It's only that much better than Twilight, but you can't make a movie about freaking hairless, shirtless young men and sparkling vampires. I'm sorry, it's just not my favorite kind of film at all. So that's why it lands a spot at number 7. Number 6. All you have to do is just watch the trailer and you know how bad this movie is. John Travolta and Robin Williams in a film could have been good. First time they were ever in a film together. But to me, they were high when they made this movie. It was nothing but stupid idiocy. That's why it's number 6. Number 5. Yep, I had the unfortunate time of watching this movie, and all it was just a bickering war, chick flick, back and forth. My wedding, my wedding, my wedding, my wedding. And in the end, oh, we love each other. So that basically sums up the whole movie right there. Number 4. This movie had one of my favorite comedians, Jack Black, and another good one, Michael Cera. And they both couldn't make this film better, because this film was one of the worst. I mean, it was just horrible, because this movie was shit, and it was a big steaming pile, and it was like they did a couple jokes that just were really bad, and then they kept rolling with it, and it went on and on and on, and you're like, okay, this is not funny, and it won't be funny no matter how many times you do it. So that's why Year One is at number 4. Number 3. Let me show you something, okay? This is Dragon Ball Z. This is Dragon Ball Z. What this movie is and tries to be is nothing like Dragon Ball or even Dragon Ball Z or anything in the Dragon Ball universe. This movie, all it was a stupid kung fu movie that was slapped on with the name of Dragon Ball Evolution just to get fans to get pissed and watch it and throw up in their mouths. Because that's all they did. Like me, I'm a fan. I love Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. I did not like this film. It was horrible. It made me mad. And I never, ever, ever want to see anything like it ever again. So please, to whoever made this film, fuck you. Number 2. I would probably say that out of all films that I was most looking forward to this year, this one I had high hopes for. But it just disappointed the hell out of me. It is the worst excuse for a film that has ever come to exist in the history of film. What's a good way to describe it? The whole film itself was too long. The special effects were probably the only good thing about it, but you had stupid characters that you really didn't care for. And plus, you had 2 characters in the films that were showcased in negative black stereotype. And that to me was very disappointing because, like, we're in an age now to where we don't even need to be doing that stuff. So I found that in bad taste. As far as the film itself, it is a big steaming pile. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So here it is, the number 1 worst film of 2009. Number 1 is... That's right. Everybody who loved this film, I absolutely hated it. Not only was this film so hyped as to being the scariest film ever made, the worst, you can't go to sleep, it's so scary, please cover your eyes, because it's really scary, you'll have nightmares. Never before have I felt so ripped off. Never before have I felt so pissed off. And never before have I ever wanted to walk out of a theater more than when I saw Paranormal Activity. I like to call it Paranormal Craptivity, because that's what it is a big fucking steaming pile of crap. The only thing I could say that was cool about this movie was the whole speeding up of time whenever the whole camera was rolling. That was the only thing I thought was interesting. I've seen better films with somebody taking a huge dump in a toilet and then flushing it. I've had a better experience watching something like that. And I know they're making a sequel, and all I can say is go fuck yourself, because the sequel will not do good at all. I will not spend my time nor money watching this film. Only time I'll ever watch it is if somebody hog-ties me, puts me to a chair, forces my eyes to stay open, and then says, "You're gonna watch this, whether you like it or not." I would rather kill myself than ever watch the sequel, or even this movie, again. That's all I can say. That was my top 10 2009 worst films. watch my top 10 best films of 2009 on the same channel. Bye bye.